Jason here, Team Road to Vibe, doing a deck profile for you guys on my Epic Buster Reverse. So yeah, stand up to Vanguard. Alright, so I run Beast Deity Rhyhorn because he's a good support, good backup, stands up whenever the front guy in front of him stands up, you know, standard. Pretty standard build. Then I run 3 Break Rides, Epic Buster. Basically, I want to run 4, I don't know the space for it. I'd say running 4 is great because this is the ideal break ride that you want. So riding him first is awesome, especially when you get into the main card of the deck, Epic Buster Reverse. His ability, Counterblast 2, Lock 2, Discard 2, and he stands back up by himself. So basically, when he's first, ride him next turn, I can stand up my rear guards 8 times. That's basically Exodia. I don't know why you don't want to run this deck. If that doesn't work out, if your opponent guards, or the worst case scenario happens, they pull a trigger when they're at damage 4, pull a trigger when they're at 5, puts their Vanguard at 16, if they're cross ride 18. My rear guards can't attack that because they're usually like at least 16 to 18 attack. So if that doesn't work out, next turn, the game finisher, Extreme. I've seen a lot of deck profiles on YouTube, and usually it's they run 4 of these, but I noticed that if you have 4 of these and you already have this on top, you know, what's the point of having the other ones at hand? So why not run these? His Extreme. His ability is Limit Break 4. Whenever I grade check 1 or higher, stand my rear guards back up. So whenever that happens, say this doesn't happen, your opponent's at 5 damage, ride him, I can attack 5 times, basically, if I get trigger check of 1 or higher. So yeah, that's my grade 3 lineup. I'll go more in detail a little bit later. But onto my grade 2s. I run 4 Brainy Papio. The reason why I want this is because ideally, when you ride him, when you're at grade 2, and his attack goes through, Counterblast 1, stand up my rear guard again. So usually what it would look like is him with him, and him is my Vanguard. Attack first, attack, hits, stand up, attack. Basic 3 attack combo. It could be more if you have another rear guard, but say my other grade 2, Gold Anglet, he stands back up again, 3k, another 3k beater. Stands up again when you're doing your break ride, all that attacking 8 times, he gets up to 17 without trigger. You know, that's pretty good. Next up, for Chaos Hatred, he's a 12k beater by himself. So yeah, if you have a Beast Deity, 12k beater, standard, he's good when you're putting up the 8 attacks. Off to grade 1s, I run 4 Desert Gator. Kind of want to take one out, put that one guy, Soul Blast 2, draw 1, forgot his name, I think it's like Energy Charger or something like that. But for now, I'm running 4. I'm actually really thinking about doing that. Yeah, when it gets to late game, he just becomes basically a booster or something to lock with. And yeah, pretty standard. I run 4 PGs because swag. Great Marsh. He's another card I might want to bump it to 3 because whenever he boosts and the attack goes through, Counterblast 1, move into the soul, stand up on the rear guard. So stand him up, usually stand up the one in front of Rhyhorn, and that's another free attack. Max B. Max B is really special because if you have this guy, right? If you have Extreme, Counterblast, and you choose to stand him back up, Counterblast 1, and stand up the person in front of him. So say it's like this, Counterblast 1, these guys are already attacked, Counterblast 1, stand him back up, send him up. So it's another good column to attack with. Your opponent has to guard more. It's basically you're basically with this deck you're fighting your opponent's hand. I feel like that's just the game of Vanguard, but yeah. 4 draw, standard. 4 Prometheus. The reason why I don't run Red Lightning is because that counterblast skill, it's okay. I mean, how often are you gonna be counterblasting? You know. And then if you do end up using the counterblast skill moving into the soul, that's a 10k shield that you don't want that you don't have in your hand. And it's a big ass ship that's blocking your way, so that's standard. You know, these guys, of course, Beast Deity, crit, and 4 heal.